Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be No Man's Land episode 58. We are back on No Man's Land and it's super exciting. I haven't done a lot since last he was on here. Last episode probably ended in the beginning of winter, kind of that sort of zone. So we are here. It is spring now, March 1, and we are year 19 on this map, which is awesome. We're doing really good though. So yeah, I did a few things. I sold a few things off camera. I sold our silage bales that we had. We had a bunch of silage bales over here. They're gone now. Sold those for $95,000. We had a ton of eggs. So if you remember, we used to have our chickens over here, but now we have gotten rid of them. Say goodbye to our chickens. They are gone. I sold all the eggs that we had over here because a good price came up. We got $85,000 for the eggs. I also sold all the flour we had. Well, we have more now, but when we had a good price, I sold all the flour that we had at that time, which made us $86,000. And I did buy us, if you remember, we bought this guy. I think it was last episode. Bought this guy, our corn silage header harvester dealio there. I bought a header for it. So now we have a header that was used as well. So we got a great deal on that. Now it's only 5.4 meters. So basically I looked at it, it was used. And when I was looking at headers for forage harvesters, let's go to our forage harvester here. So the forage harvester we have is this guy right here. We own one of these guys. So if I go combinations, I was like, okay, well, this one would be nice. This one's 6 meters here, which 6 meters would be nice because that's the widest. We go down here to the header that come with the pack. It's 5.3 meters. So it'd be nice to get the larger one. However, this is 80 grand, which is more than the harvester itself costs. And this was only, I think, $8,000 used. So we got a really good deal on that. So that's why I decided that was probably just a better idea to go with that. Obviously, we have some barley growing over here. So that's going to be, let me mute myself in here. Go to this, mute that so that little pop-up doesn't pop up down there. I don't think it's actually coming through at all, but hopefully there's no feedback or anything like that. But anyway, we don't have any animals right now. Our productions, we do need to sell some planks off here really quick. We're almost out of wood, which is fine. And then we probably could sell wood chips actually as well. Lime production, there's no stones there right now. Barley flour, it's still, why is it stopped? Is the output, oh, the output's full. Oh, I have to get in here and probably tell the trailer to load up those pallets here. So if I open the help menu, then it'll start as they start spawning out, theoretically. Yep, there we go. As they start spawning out, it will load them in there automatically. And I think we have some barley in this trailer. We have 19,000 liters in this trailer. We have none in storage right now. And those are our productions that we have going on. Now, if we go to our storage, we do have our soybeans, which we are waiting for hopefully about $1,200 a liter, or $1,200 per 1,000 liters. A liter would be ridiculous. Hopefully in June of this year. So we're going to wait to sell those off. But yeah, and then we can sell wood at any time because obviously we have that contract with Williams Furniture. So that won't be a big deal to do that. So yeah, that's what we have going on. Barley's growing. I want to talk with you guys about what we want to grow in our other fields. So obviously, well, here we go. We have these 3 fields. This one, I think we go ahead and plant corn for silage and see how that goes this year. Do our first silage harvest, since we kind of talked about that. I do think that we'll probably put the fermenter over here and do that sort of thing. I think we can afford it. We have 320,000. I know we can afford it, so it shouldn't be a big deal for us. And then we have for these guys fertilize. Yeah, so I'll have to fertilize all these guys as well, which is not a big deal. And then these 2 fields we kind of need to talk about and figure it out. Now, currently they don't require any lime, but I did think that for this year, just to start getting it, what I did want to do originally is wait to extend this field out to here until this needed lime as well. But I think what we'll do is we'll extend it and we'll just lime the whole field so we don't have to worry about it when this part needs to be limed. I think it's just going to be, well, actually, you know what? What we'll do is we'll just lime this section of it, and then eventually this section will need to be limed, then we'll just get the whole thing then, because this is a big part to lime. So that'll probably be next year, I think, based on my calculations. But we'll try to get that done. Now, we can also, too, as well, obviously we own, this is the land we own. So this is where I want to put some animals at some point. That may not happen this year in game, but I think what we can do this year is get this extended out, and then maybe we can start working on clearing trees up here. So eventually we can put a big field up there. I think that would be good for us. So that's the plan. Eventually we'll keep buying some more land and doing that sort of thing, but I'm liking that I think that that's going to be the extent, and especially if we get a big field up there, that's going to be the extent of what we want to work with the equipment that we currently have. I think at that point we're going to start wanting to get some bigger equipment. So in terms of what we can plant, corn, we're just going to do corn down here. So we'll start that for this year. That's all we're going to do just to see how that kind of goes. So corn, we can wait till April to plant. Now, other things we can plant, let's see here. We can't do wheat or barley theoretically, but we'll probably, if we go back to that, our barley field will get harvested here. We're probably going to plant, honestly, we're probably going to keep planting this field with barley every year and just keep that field as just our barley field. That's probably just going to be the plan for that field. But the other things we can plant, let's see here. We could do some oats. Oats wouldn't be half bad. Sunflowers would be great. Do we have, I can't remember what headers we have actually for sunflowers. If we go to what we own here, do we have, yeah, we do have a nice corn header actually, which is not bad. We could also buy some better headers there, but obviously the best setup we have is for these guys at 8.5 meters. So maybe for now, for this year, well, we're going to make a lot of money off of the soy as well, that we're going to sell that we haven't sold yet. So if we go to shopping in here, we could potentially get ourselves some bigger, is that one we own? Yeah, we own one of those. It'd be nice to have bigger headers though. That one's 6 meters. That one's, yeah, those are faster running ones there. The corn, those are faster corn. They're unrealistic theoretically. Well, that one's not, it says. Yeah, oh yeah, 60 miles an hour. Never mind. That one would be fine. I wouldn't mind owning that one. 9 meters. What does that say it's supposed to go to? Obviously the Colossus, which has 900 to 1800 horsepower. So it might be a bit of a push to work with that with our harvester. We could also go with, we go back. If we're gonna do sunflowers regularly, we could get a couple of helianthus headers, which that's actually a nice, that's a small helianthus header there. 5.7 there. We'd want to get the bigger ones. We should have bigger ones. There we go. There's a bigger one there. That one's 12 meters. Yeah, I don't know. So maybe just for now we hold off on doing that. We just focus on the grain until we get some bigger headers for that. So maybe this year what we can do, we could do soy again. Soy is not a bad one. Oats also isn't a bad one. So yeah, I don't want to just keep doing soy. So maybe this year what we'll do is we'll plant oats in these two fields and then we'll do a big oat harvest. So we'll do oats through there and oats there just to kind of change it up a little bit. So I think that's what we'll do. And if we go to here, we can plant those now. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So what I'm going to do basically off camera is I'm going to try to add a couple more businesses. You guys have given me some more ideas. Again, the town is still growing and everything like that. So I want to do a bit of an expansion on the town itself. So I'm going to try to do some of that off camera to show you guys later. I'll probably do that in the background while the oats are getting planted. And then hopefully I'm going to fast forward time to get some corn planted. And at some point in here, we're going to sell the soybeans. And then we'll be able to hopefully harvest the barley about that. So I'll probably bring you guys back in about the time we're selling soybeans, harvesting barley. So I'm going to start working on getting that done. And then also, of course, I'm going to try to plow out the rest of this field over here. So that's my plan. But yeah, it's good to be back on No Man's Land. We're going to make some good money, I think, and do that sort of thing. So I'll see you guys here in just a bit. All right, welcome back, everyone. So I actually did a recording in between the first chunk of this episode and this chunk, but for whatever reason, my mic disconnected. I don't know what was going on. Anyhow, I didn't record any audio. It was only like 2 or 3 minutes anyway, so I'm not worried about it. But things are happening. So I have, since I last saw you, I did all the work on the fields, and I think I mentioned this in the previous one as well. I planted soy on these two fields because of our planter situation. We don't have our big cedar yet, so our cedar would have had to been this guy. If we wanted to plant these fields, which by the way I extended this one out as well, would have had to plant them with this small cedar, which would have taken an age and a half. It took long enough with the large planter, so these both have soy on them again until we at least can get this thing completed and all set up and good to go. So they're ready to harvest now. I also did our silage harvest, and I also took care of the fields, obviously, and we have corn down here. Everything's ready to harvest. Everything's ready to go. It is October. I waited until October. I wanted to originally plant barley here because I had to wait until July to harvest it, but this is a perfect window where I can have a worker working on planting the barley, where I can harvest the corn for silage, and I can also have the soybeans harvesting as well in the background, and also our grass is ready for another harvest, I believe, as well. Yes, so everything is ready to go. There's a lot to be done. I believe that's ready, isn't it? Yes, it is ready. So everything is ready to go right now, so I have a lot of stuff I can work on and do. A lot of the stuff will kind of happen in the background, but well, for starters, that's actually get this guy hired, because this will take a hot minute to get this planted with barley again for next year. Let's hire a worker to do that. There we go. Okay. Again, that will take a long time to plant this whole field. So I want to get that one rolling as soon as possible. What I can do is start the soybean harvest as well. They'll probably get full pretty quick. There we go, full forward. Hire you to do that. And then I have another harvester over here ready to go for this field. I'm going to start this guy up. I think we're going to dump some barley in here, and then we're going to put the rest into the silo. So that way it's ready to unload this harvester. That way I have a truck and a trailer for each harvester. Because this one's obviously going to be on this field, and the other one's going to be working on the other field. So we're going to get even more soy. And I did sell our soybeans off. You can see our money went up. I sold all of our soybeans that we got off the last harvest for $189,000, which that was not including this chunk of field here. Well, this pretty much this whole chunk here we didn't have yet. So now that we have this, we're going to get even more this year. So that is fantastic. We should do really well. So right now our farm is doing really good. We're making probably, it's probably not uncommon for us to make $500,000 or more a year on a regular basis, which is really nice. So with that being said, we are doing a-okay. We are doing real good. Make sure that's, yep, okay, perfect. So let's go get this dumped into the silo. I didn't keep track of necessarily how much barley we got, because it's going to be pretty much the same or very similar to the years in the past, since we're just using that one field for barley pretty much at this point. But yes, we're finally going to do some farm upgrades. Our farm really is desperate for, well, obviously our equipment is slowly getting upgraded, which is great. But what our farm is honestly desperate for is some new buildings and some looks. This farm is still running off of a lot of the decrepit kind of old buildings that we started in episode 1, and now we're on episode 58, which, by the way, that's crazy that this is episode 58. I should note that as well. Thank you guys for being so supportive of this series. I know this is usually a lot of you guys' favorite series, and it's one of my favorite ones to do, so I'm happy that it is successful in that way. So anyhow, that is what we have going on. I'm going to pull this guy right here for this field, and then I'm going to get this guy stage over here, and then I have my silage setup over there good to go, which we can get a worker probably hired on that. I want to see how the worker is going to go. I bought one of the Auger Master trailers to go with it, and I'll show you that in a second if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to park you here. That'll be good enough for now. So we'll hop over here now that everyone's working. Oh, actually, no, the other thing, I didn't mean to hop here, but that's okay. This is all good to go. So there's the Auger Master trailer. So it's very large, so I don't know how it's going to do turning around with a small harvester. So we'll see kind of how that goes. There's still a weird glitch here where there's like a weird wall. But regardless of that, I'm going to try to get this mode as well. I want to get everything rocking and rolling. This episode, so typically my episodes, if you're new to my channel especially, are typically about 20 minutes-ish. That's like right about where I try to shoot for. This one might be a touch longer than that. Some of you guys say that I should do a lot longer episodes, but this doesn't always work out that way, so I just kind of try to do what I can do. For me, 20 to 25 minutes is usually, I mean, that's usually pretty good. This one will probably be 25 to 30, but we'll see. I could also be completely wrong about that, but let's get you right there is probably pretty good. How are you? Make sure you get going good. Perfect. And now the whole, well, where are we at over here? Right there. There we are. This guy, let's get you fired up. I'm hoping this trailer works. I didn't even try that. I did actually end up just leasing it. But as you know, we can eventually just purchase it for, yeah, it's not going to be a big deal. But I didn't want to have too many expenses out because I didn't know how long or how much it was going to cost to. That was weird backing up. Oh, it might be that weird wall thing that's here. We'll see. Let's see how this goes. So far, that's not great. Oh, we also probably should get some silage additive. Yeah, this is not good. Is that? Yeah, that's going to be a problem. So, okay. That answers that question. This trailer will not work for it. Oh, you can turn. Oh, sorry. Doing all over the place here. There we go. So this trailer's not going to work for us, and I was worried it might not, so at least we leased it. So I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to return that. And I like to use this for delivery mods because it makes my life easier. So I'm going to just go ahead and deliver us a new trailer. Because the trailers we have now are not really great for this sort of thing. This one would work, but it's not. It's very small capacity. We have to unload it regularly. These two are too big. So let's go into trailers here. Since the Auger Master's not going to work, which honestly is a huge disappointment. So I did think about using, where's it at? There's a lot of trailers in here. This guy, but I don't think that hitch is going to work for us. I think we have to have a pin hitch, so that one's not going to work. How big are, where's those other ones that I saw back here? These guys, how big are these guys? Oh, this is the, yeah, part of the TARDIS pack. Yeah, that makes sense. Those are going to be ridiculous capacities. 20 to 30,000, 150 to 200,000. I typically don't like to use super unrealistic things. I might make an exception just because I don't want, standard is 150. Let's just do the standard one. That looks pretty normal. That's pretty, yeah, we'll do that. Let's go ahead and we're just going to buy that and hope it works. You do have to pay a little bit of a delivery fee, but I think that's worth it to not have to drive and go get your stuff. Okay. Yeah, that looks a lot better. It looks better. I know that the capacity is not super realistic, but at the end of the day, as long as we're still farming and doing this, I'm trying to make this easier on me and my time and everything like that. So there we go. Okay, that is working. Our silage harvest is underway. Our first silage harvest on here for corn, first corn silage harvest. It looks really nice. That just looks really, it does. Doesn't that just look nice? Especially the town in the background, the fall. It just looks nice. I love it. All right, fantastic. So that is underway. Now everyone is working, which is good. I like it when everyone is working, doing their thing. So now we need to build over here. So I'm going to try to get out of the way here a little bit. So we need to first landscape this down. This is going to be, yeah, we got to landscape this down, make it flat. So let's get this out here. A little bit more intense, a little bit bigger. So just going to work our way across there. And this is going to be an expensive project, and I knew it would be. So I'm going to make this whole area right here just flattened out. Yeah, a lot of our expenses are going to come from landscaping, which is what I figured, and that's why I didn't want to get too much expensive, spend too much on a trailer or anything like that. So that's going to go out that way. Okay. Now this is just going to just make sure this is kind of the plane that we're working on here. We'll get the smoother out, and we can smooth some of that down just a little bit, just to make it probably look a little bit more natural. All right, and then landscaping under painting here. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna make this just. I think this should be kind of a rock face. I think that looks the best, especially for kind of just these kind of cut in areas, like this one is. So I personally like to do this. I know you guys have seen me probably do a lot of landscaping and stuff like this in this series. You've seen some of the things like I've done in kind of in the town and things like that. And hopefully this has given you a lot of ideas. Sometimes I recommend people watch this series just to see ideas for what you can do with landscaping tool and stuff like that. So, but yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's get our buildings placed and then we'll go from there. So production, we need ourselves a facility under here that is going to ferment our silage. That's our main kind of thing. So this is a fermenting silo. I don't like that it's that makes me nervous that it says that. Omatana has a really good one. This one right here, this fermenting silo, which is very reliable. So I think we might use this. Yeah, I think this is going to be the one we're going to go with. I've used this one before. It's not that expensive, but we'll keep going a little further because I also like to use new stuff as well to try different stuff out. That's a grass drying silo. That's a fermenting silo. Actually, you know what? We might go with this. Not anything that's Omatana stuff. Omatana does fantastic stuff. But this might just be kind of nice because it kind of, I like that style of silo, to be honest. And I think this would be nice to kind of change it up a little bit. I'm going to do something a little bit different. So what I'm going to do, where do I want it is kind of the key question, to be honest. So we're going to use this one. But let's go ahead and do one other thing real quick. Because I want to grab a shed. I want to have a shed out here to store stuff, like our equipment. Doesn't have to be crazy large, but I want it to be, I need it to be decently large. That one would probably be fine, kind of tucked away in the corner. I kind of like that one, actually. It doesn't, again, it has something crazy. There's not going to be a ton of stuff that's out here, so I actually really like this shed. I think this shed will be perfect for that. Let's go ahead and make sure I put this in here. There shouldn't be any color options for this, I don't think. No. Yeah, okay. So, I want this to be kind of tucked in the corner here. It can be angled out a little bit, that's fine. So that angle is about perfect. Yeah, that angle about perfect. Put it right there. Okay, so it did do some weird stuff in my landscaping, which I was worried it might do. But that's fine. Let's go back to the landscaping here. Actually might be able to fix some of that up a little bit. If we go, yeah, soften some of that out just to make it look more natural and normal. At least a little bit more. There, that's not too bad. Okay, and then painting, just behind it can just be some dirt, I think. Actually, you know what? Grass is probably going to look better. I'll put some grass back there just to make it look more normal. Just a little bit grass painted texture back there, through there, and then I'm going to put, just put some grass in there. Nothing crazy, just enough to kind of, yeah, just like that. Okay, perfect. So that is in there, and that looks fantastic, and that's gravel, which I think is great for over here. So that's the shed that I want. I think that'll be perfect for what we're doing, because we can have kind of a row for our harvester, our trailer, and then a tractor probably can fit on one side, and then eventually we will keep a tractor over here because we'll have a plow and a seeder and all that good stuff. Might even have a couple tractors depending on this. But this will be essentially kind of, and fertilizer sprayers and spreaders and stuff like that will go over here to be able to support doing this field for fertilizer and this field for fertilizer and what it needs, is kind of the long-term goal, I think, of this section right here. And actually, because I'm going to want to do a thumbnail at some point, I'm actually going to unhire this guy and have him hang out there for a second. Oh, we should have gotten some silage added up. I totally forgot about that. I'll do that here in a second as long as I remember. I guess I should just, yeah, hopefully I remember. But okay, so yeah, I think this looks great. I want to smooth this out a little bit more, so let's go back to landscaping here. Yeah, I want that to be nice and smooth as possible there. Because this is going to have to kind of loop up. There's going to be like a little road to get over to the field. Yeah, just kind of like that. I think that's where we'll connect it up there. Let's make that a lot smaller. Yeah, we'll just kind of work it into the field a little bit there. Sorry, killed a little bit of our field, but that's okay. Okay, yeah, so something like that. It's not perfect, but I think that'll be good for what we need here today. Production. Okay, let's go back in there. That was in the $50,000 range. There is the grass drying. There's the fermenter. Okay, so fermenting wise, I think we'll put it like right here, because then if we can also add another one too if we'd like to, but we'll do right there for now, and then we'll do back to landscaping, painting, and then we'll do some gravel. So we do our roads first here. So this is going to connect up there to that. And then this is going to go around there. Just kind of like that. I want that to be grass there. I don't want this to be just completely like just look like a yard. I don't want it to be a complete gravel pit over here. I want it to look fairly normal. This over here will be kind of essentially a parking area. So I know I said I know I didn't want it to be a full gravel lot, but that part will be a little bit more like that. That can be filled in there. And then this I want to just loop into there, just like that. Okay. And then in terms of grass texture, oop, I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. I think that's the texture I think is going to be what I want for around the silo. That can go right up to the silo, just kind of out like that. Maybe a little bit less there. Yeah, just a little bit less there. Yeah, like that. Okay, that's perfect. Now if we go to plants, I would like to have a couple of, well, let's do the grass first. The grass has got to kind of go down first. So just some grass around there like that. Make it look nice. I like that. Perfect. Okay, now I do want a couple of like little, just kind of some bushes in there. Make it look more natural. I like that. There we go. And then maybe some bushes through here. That actually could be just bushes there. A little bit more bushes there. And then I do need some more grass, I guess, here. Now I'm just getting rid of my bushes, of course, but along there, some back there, through there. Okay, And this can be grass just along there, up on top there. Fill that all in. Grass, and then this, of course, across the back here also can be grass. And just like that, we have our little setup to be able to do our silage and everything like that. So that is kind of what I'm after. I think that'll be perfect just for now. And we're still doing pretty good on money. So that's that. And if we go into our, we'll let it save, that's fine. We go into our production facilities here. Now we have this going for us. So how much can I do in a day? 60,000 in a day. Well, in a month, I guess, technically. So it'll be about 30,000 a day. So we'll see how that goes. That actually might not be fast enough, and we might have to build a second one of these, but I'm okay with that. It was only, again, 50 grand for that is not bad. We could put two side by side, and I think it would still look real good over here. So there we go. Okay. Yeah, I think on that note, that's probably where to wrap this one up. This episode's, yeah, again, like I said, a little long, but that's okay. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and for watching. See you guys in the next one.